Hey guys, it's me, Zebulon Thomas, and I wanted to share with you guys this quick tutorial on how to use this app that I use called InShot right here to speed up my workflow. So if you haven't started using this app, now is the time to start using it. Get it on your phone, it's free, and there's also a pro feature if you wanted to buy into it. But right now I'm just gonna show you the free features that I use to really speed up my workflow. Today we're gonna be focusing on InShot. This app is amazing. Once you have your video selected, you can trim that video down if needed. This video is very long, so I'm going to trim it all the way down so it's short. Once you trim down your clip, it'll be processed. What's nice is I'm actually using this InShot app to do the voiceover for this tutorial. So once your video is in here, you have a bunch of options here. You can check your video, make sure it's there, it's played. But if, let's say you want to add a background. Now, with a background, you can change your size of the background. So are you going to use this on like Instagram stories, Facebook? So as you can see here, the ratio I chose was for Instagram stories. And now I have this white top and bottom. And this is okay because I can add text there. And we're going to get into that. So what I did here, instead of using the white, I chose an image from my camera roll. And I chose clouds. So the clouds, I can blur these clouds, you know, to make them so they're not standing out as much, or I can just make them clouds. Now you can take the background away completely if you don't want to use a background. But if you want to put some text on the top and bottom, then change the ratio again back to an Instagram format or whatever format you're looking for.
Achieve those shots and what gear I use.
So from here, you can blur the background and have the video playing as the background, which is a nice feature as well.
Hi there,
personally
Zebulon
don't like
Thomas
that
here.
look, so I'm gonna go with a plain solid background. To do that, you simply just select the colors down below, and you can also do a gradient. If you notice, there's gradient options below, and those look good too. But I'm gonna choose this yellow, and now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add some stuff on here. But before we do that, let me show you this. We can do music, and you can select a bunch of music tracks that they have, and they give you the ability to copy the license information to put in your post, which I highly recommend doing that. Got to give credit where credit is due. But you can download that and insert that music into the track. Now, let's say you want to pull something for your iTunes, you can do that. Or you can also pull something from the effects palette as far as transitions between takes, which is nice as well. So there's a lot of stuff you can do here just in the audio sense. Right here, you can record your voiceover, which is what I'm doing right now to do this particular tutorial.
Hi there, Zebulon Thomas here for ZT Films Mastery. In this video, we're going to be reviewing the water ski
so
show
now
team video.
let's add some stickers. Now you have all these preloaded cool animated stickers they have. I'm going to use pizza. Pizza's nice. I love pizza. So you can, size this by touching the screen and adjusting it with your fingers. And what we're going to do here is lengthen the time it's played on the video. So you can shorten that as short as you want or as long as you want. Now what I'm doing is I'm moving it. So I tapped and held on the pizza on the timeline and slid it over. If you want, you can also add these transitions of how it comes in. How does that sticker come in and leave the scene? So I'm going to show you how I'm choosing an in and out. And this is what it looks like. So it just comes in and fades out. Again, all you do is tap and hold to slide the pizza timeline around, or you can tap it and adjust the in and outs. Now I've added an image from my camera roll by simply just clicking on the stickers and clicking on the photo icon. From here, I'm moving it around and I'm going to adjust how it fades in and out, how it comes in, the transition. So this, I want it to slide in from the left, and I want it to slide down when it's done. And I've also moved it on my timeline over the pizza. See, you can flip it, you can size it, and you can rotate it. So you have full control over this image, this layer. I'm going to slide it down here. And that looks about right. Now, let's see how it looks. I'm going to drag it out as long as I want or as short as I want. For the purpose of this, I'm just going to keep it short. Fades in real nice. And goes out. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is we're going to add some text on the screen. Now your starter text won't look like this. I have text in here already, so it's kind of remembering where I was. But I'm going to show you how to change all this. So I just type in something like sign up now. I can adjust that with a little arrow. Now I can go over here and change the label. That's what you're seeing, that purple background. So all these little titles will help you adjust all the different features of the text. So say you don't want a label and you just want to focus on the text. Well, there's the color of the text. Under border, you have the border, and at the bottom, you can adjust the size of that border by scrolling left or right. I'm going to go back to text here. Okay. So shadow is nice because if we put the shadow on this, take away the border, I'm going to put the shadow back on. Now the shadow is nice because say you just want a nice little drop shadow on your text, you could do that as well. So now the label's nice because it really helps your text stand out.
The shots I got,
you can get
how I
creative
achieved
with this.
those shots.
So let's get creative with this text. I'm going to go ahead and select this gray on the label. Then I'm going to bring a little bit of a black border in. Let's see, maybe it'll look better with gray. Let me size this. Will it look better with gray? No, I think the black's going to look better. All right, so we're going to choose the black. Now let's bring this in. How is it going to come in? I like it to, this is a nice one because it zooms in and zooms out. So it just kind of comes in from the middle of the screen and then it'll go right back into the screen. It's a nice little in and out transition. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so now you want to add some filters to your video. So there's a lot of preset filters in here you can use, and you can adjust each one of these filters, which is pretty nice. So choose the one that you want. I would just keep in mind that you don't want like to make your video look too bad. If you've pre-shot this video on your phone and you haven't had any time to edit it, that's what this app is for. You could really edit and color grade everything. If you want to adjust the colors from the just without a filter, you can do that as well. Under the adjustments here, you can see I'm changing the tint. I'm trying to kind of just correct this. Now this footage that you're seeing in my app here, it's already been color graded and professionally shot. So, you know, doing too much to it at this point, I wouldn't do. But to show you just how advanced this app is, you know, you can really get creative here and do that. Take some time to tweak it. But I would say if you want to improve and speed up your workflow, you know, this is just in case you shot some video that you really like the content, but it just doesn't look right and you need to save it. So say your lights were too blown out or the darks were too dark, or maybe they were just a really washed out footage. This app is really amazing. And rarely do I adjust these settings here in the color. I just wanted to show you this. Most of my stuff, like I said, is done in camera or, you know, with the iPhone, and it just looks great because I've already dialed it in. I like the vignette. Vignette always looks nice, and you can sharpen the footage. All right. So let's just say we wanted to cut this clip up a little bit. I like to split things up, especially if there's a part where I messed up in the video. I can find the, you know, the part, split it, and then go and crop it down and trim it. So if you find an area that you messed up, you can just split it and see how it made 3 different spots on the timeline. So now they're all separate. And this allows us to add transitions. If you click the little icon now that appears in the timeline, you can add these little transitions. Now, since the clips are the same, you really can't see the full effect of these transitions, but they are working. So I'm going to go into some of these pro transitions so you can see this. So it'll really just kind of move between scenes. So say you shot one scene somewhere else and another scene somewhere else, then you can make some really cool transitions between cuts. Also, you can adjust the volume. So the volume's nice. So say you're too quiet or too loud, you can bring that volume up on the clip. Now the speed is good, you know, just like when you listen to Audible or something, you know, maybe you want to give them a faster version of the video because it needs to fit a certain time speed. It's going to speed it up a little bit, of course. You don't want to sound like a chipmunk or slow it down, but you have that option. It's there. You can duplicate on the timeline. You can rotate it. You can also reverse this. I don't know why you would use the reverse, but you can reverse the clip. There's a lot of things you can do on this app that is just amazing. All right, and then you just got to save your project, and it processes, and it's done. And then you have your video, and it's ready to go to post on social media. I hope this tutorial helped you figure out the InShot app a little bit in more depth. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to help you. If you're looking for more tools to help you improve your workflow, create content, or grow your business, be sure to check out my podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and Anchor, the Zebulon Thomas Podcast, for more. If you've come here to this tutorial from the podcast, welcome, and congratulations on stepping up and improving your workflow. Hopefully this tutorial helped you use this very exciting app. All right, guys, thank you so much. Sign up for the mailing list, ZebulonThomas.com.